Hi everybody, I'm comedian Jerry Rocha, and today I'd like to share my initial thoughts of Cyberpunk 2077. I'm just about halfway through the main story. I like to take my time playing these massive open world games, and also I want to maintain my Animal Crossing island. I don't want any roaches in my house, so I can't commit all my time to just one game. I just take a long time to finish large projects. I have like 2 songs left to go listening to The Wall, about 300 pages left in The Stand, and about 45 minutes left in Apocalypse Now. I started all of these in 1992. Of course, you can't talk Cyberpunk 2077 without mentioning all the bugs that plagued it during its launch, and all the bugs that still plague it now. I haven't experienced any bugs yet. I'm also not playing the game. I'm just reading erotic fanfiction based on Cyberpunk that my goth neighbor wrote. And it's not even about the game Cyberpunk 2077. It's erotic fanfiction based on the 1993 Billy Idol album Cyberpunk. And it's fucking good. It's a heck of a yarn, and it also gets the blood flowing in certain places. However, neither are as good as Joan Baez's album Cyberpunk that was also released in 1993, but that's a whole nother video. I was lucky enough to score an Xbox Series X to play this game on. A little tip about trying to snag hard-to-find holiday items. There are some auction websites out there where you can bid on Make-A-Wish gifts that didn't make it to the kid in time or got there just a day before, And it's like almost half off. Okay, come on, there's no way that's real, but sadly, I think I've just given the soulless fucks behind house flipping and Storage Wars reality shows a new idea. Since I'm playing Cyberpunk 2077 on a next-gen system, I'm thankfully not experiencing any of the major game-breaking bugs. I mean, look, there's still bugs. Sometimes I'll hover over an item and it won't let me pick it up, and then I'll duck down to get closer to it, still nothing. I'll dry hump the fucking thing and it doesn't let me get it. Sometimes people will just duck and cover like there's a shootout going on when there's no shootout going on anywhere. A few times my motorcycle just sank into the pavement, slowly and sadly, like the horse in Neverending Story. Brought back a lot of traumatic memories. But I was able to just walk away and then call it back and it was fine. Another odd bug? You can play the game as a woman. I mean, where are we? Libtard cuckland? What? That ain't a bug. Of course I love Metroid. Why? Oh, bullshit! So even if on the Xbox Series X there's a lot of bugs in the game, I can't imagine the shit all the people trying to play this on a Wii U are going through right now. For my initial impressions, the bugs are gonna be there. Just know that they're a part of this. They're like Galactus, hovering in the background, waiting to devour. But I'm gonna attempt to talk about the things I liked and didn't like about the game, bugs notwithstanding. What I did not enjoy. Driving while in first person. Holy shit. First of all, there's nothing I find more ball-busting in video games than driving in games that aren't racing games. I hate it. I always suck at it. Cyberpunk 2077 is beyond no exception. Most times, no matter what car I'm in, I can barely see over the wheel. Driving should not have to remind me of that time I was 4 years old and my drunk uncle stood me on his lap and let me take the wheel down the block for a laugh. I lost track of how many times I had to restart the game because I murdered 14 people trying to turn left. So I had to switch to a third-person view, which helped a little. The driving was still kind of ball-busty like it is in most video games for me, but it was a little bit easier to manage. And yet, I still couldn't help but ding every goddamn car on the road with me. And I understand it would have looked really odd had the streets just been completely empty of any kind of cars or traffic. But seeing all that didn't add this extra level of, oh wow, people live here. It was just more of a, come on, get the fuck out of my way, come on, feeling. Which, during a pandemic, not great, because the last thing I want to feel while I'm in quarantine at home is road rage. I didn't like the inventory menu. It's just like a lot of shit crammed into one place. It's a smidge confusing. Maybe I'm just an idiot, I'll give you that. But I found it a little bit overwhelming and confusing and dumb. It was just like the video game version of when I was 7 and my mom was like, look, you better clean up all your shit. And I would just cram as many toys as possible into one bin and then good luck the next day trying to find that one battle beast buried under an orgy of G.I. Joe weapons, He-Man villains, and a couple of Care Bears that I couldn't bring myself to let go of. Yeah. Sometimes they would join the Ninja Turtles in an adventure or two. It worked. The combat, I kind of don't like. kinda love. One mission, it's fucking awesome. You work your way through this room full of enemies, either taking them out stealthily or going balls out, and either way, it's kick-ass and rewarding. But then, the very next mission, you're fighting pretty much the same type of bad guys. But this time, I get my ass handed to me before I even fire off 2 shots. And after like 30 tries, I have to go find a save point right before that mission started and then go significantly upgrade my armor and weapons. Okay, maybe that one's on me too. Maybe I should be a better person and upgrade my inventory more often than I actually do. Yeah, okay, that one's really on me. I just saw and my character has like 80 grand in the bank and I haven't gone to one store once yet, ever. Okay, and there's smart guns that have heat-seeking bullets who can just fly after the enemies and I can just sit behind a wall and kill them. All right, sorry, the combat, that one's on me. I guess I just need that fairy from Ocarina of Time behind me at all times going, dude, go upgrade your shit right now. Come on, it's time. What I loved! The story. Look, I know this shit isn't Heart of Darkness or War and Peace or the 3rd book in the Twilight series, but I'm very much digging the story. When I first started playing the game, I really wasn't doing too much of the story. I was just kind of walking around doing a bunch of side jobs and I was like, yeah, this is fine, no big deal. But that's like if I went on a hike and only judged the trail by the water fountain in the parking lot. Once I dove into the main story, I was hooked. That was it. And then once I met Keanu, forget it. I was all in. The flashback scene where you first encounter Keanu Reeves' Johnny Silverhand was so awesome. It was one of my favorite gaming moments of the past few years. It was so epic that my girlfriend stopped watching Family Feud and Chopped just to soak it in. The characters, I think, are all well written and all well acted. They feel alive. I fell in love with Pan Am. How could you not? I can only hope she has a crush on my Lady V character as well. Look, I'm doing everything I can. I make sure that I agree with everything she says all the time. I make sure that I take her side in any conflict she may come across with any other NPCs. I'm playing V's crush on Pan Am like I'm some dude on social media who has no idea how transparent and phony and douchey he's being, hoping it'll work. Pan Am could tweet something like, I just saw a car crash today right down my block. I'm still shaking. And I'm sure my V would reply with a tweet like, oh, I'm so sorry. And I'm so grateful you're still with us. I value you so much. I love the world of Night City. I love how alive Night City feels. Just like the characters that are in it, the city is alive too, and it's awesome. It's like you get to walk around the Los Angeles of Blade Runner, but actually do shit. Unlike the Blade Runner sequel, where the guy just walked around for 2.5 hours and didn't do a fucking thing. Even with the ball-busting driving, I don't fast travel at all. I want to soak in every inch there is of Night City. It perfectly captures this futuristic world that looks like it's just a few steps away from falling apart completely. And the developers did a fantastic job making you feel immersed in that world. So far, Cyberpunk 2077 gets a thumbs up, but like, maybe like right around there, one of those kind of thumbs ups. Had there been way less bugs and had it actually been playable on the PS4s and Xbox Ones that like hundreds of millions of people are trying to play it on, then dude, two thumbs this way up, going up a lot of places, had that been the case. I think the story is still something very much worth experiencing though. I hope I get to see Ciri from Witcher 3, and I'm still holding on to my theory that Keanu Reeves' Johnny Silverhand is the Man of Mirrors from Witcher 3. I think it's still alive. It's gonna have to take a major narrative dive in the 9th round for me to dislike this. Like if the 3rd act of the game just devolved into a massive farting contest. I mean, okay, I guess if it's done right. To all the millions and millions of people who got burned by the bugs, be pissed. You have every right to fucking be pissed. You were sold a massive false bill of goods. And yet I do believe that there is something very phenomenal under all this that is worth playing once it gets all cleaned up and once you get your money back from the previous bullshit. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, and I hope you did, please give it a little like. Please subscribe to this. Spread the word. Let everybody know. Click that little bell so you're notified every time a new video comes out. And the more you do that, the less I have to break your balls about doing that. Isn't that great? I hope all of you have a safe and happy holiday season. Even the pissed off fanboys who are going to dislike this because I didn't just give it 2 thumbs up automatically. I still hope all of you have an awesome, happy holiday season. I love you all. We'll see you next time.